So a couple of days ago, I asked you to leave me questions after a video that I recorded and posted on Twitter about Finland and Sweden joining the alliance. So I've got a couple of questions here and I thought I would answer them for you. Number one is, how will Russia respond to Finland and Sweden joining NATO? The first thing I would say here is that NATO is a defensive alliance. It is not acting aggressively towards any other country in the world. Russia, by contrast, is conducting a war in Ukraine. We don't know exactly how they will respond, but ultimately the decision about membership rests with NATO and the two countries, Finland and Sweden. Okay, second question is, how will Turkey get on board with Finland and Sweden joining? Well, here's the good news. Essentially, the alliance has 73 years of experience dealing with disagreements. We're used to allies walking into the NAC room where we all sit around a table and raising a hand and expressing some sort of concern. So we will get through this. We're confident that if Sweden, Finland, and Turkey sit down at a table tomorrow as they intend, that they will be able to work through these issues and that ultimately Finland and Sweden will become members of the alliance. Last question, how long will it take for these countries to join NATO? It's a two-part question. And how will the security of Sweden and Finland be ensured from the aggressive actions of the Russian Federation? So on point one, there are a couple things that have to happen. What's ultimately going to happen is we're going to start talks on something called the accession protocol, which is the document that really outlines the terms of membership. Once that is signed and agreed upon, the two countries, Sweden and Finland, will join NATO meetings, whether it's a summit or a ministerial, as invitees, and then each member of the alliance will have to ratify the agreement, and that process can take a few weeks or months. We'll see how quickly we get through that process. Ultimately, again, we expect Finland and Sweden to join sometime this year, hopefully in the coming months. In terms of how the security of Sweden and Finland will be ensured, I think all allies recognize that the period between signing the accession protocol and ratifying the agreement carries some risks. And for that reason, you've heard allies talk about their willingness to confront any aggression that those two countries may face in the weeks and months ahead. So the allies are attuned to that and addressing it individually in their bilateral relationships with Sweden and Finland. Thanks again for your questions, and I hope we can do this again sometime.